All right, so you've lost a new teacher badge on italki and you're thinking, where do I go now? Well, today I'm going to talk about that. I'll give you some tips on what to do after you lose the new teacher badge and what you could do actually to prepare for losing the new teacher badge. And of course, I'll talk about what the new teacher badge is and why it's important. So with that being said, as always, hit the subscribe button and let's jump in. So I've had one or two comments pop up asking me to make a video talking about the new teacher badge. So today I'm gonna face this issue head on. First of all, what is the new teacher badge anyway? Well, the new teacher badge will be placed on your profile, of course, when you're a new teacher. It will remain there for the first few weeks while you're on italki on the platform. And this gives you a benefit of being on one of the first pages. So that means when students search for a new teacher in your language, the language that you're teaching, you will be one of the first profiles that pop up. And it's no question that this is useful and that this could be helpful for you as a teacher to find new students. I mean, of course, the algorithm plays a huge part in how many students you're able to attract. So, as they say, make hay while the sun shines, and while you have that new teacher badge, you better be trying to get students. So that's what the new teacher badge is. Now, losing the new teacher badge is usually seen as a bad thing. A lot of people who comment on my videos talk about how they're worried about losing the new teacher badge. But let me talk about one reason why it could be a good thing. I think to avoid burnout. I think for one, it goes without saying that italki needs to filter through the new teachers, meaning that as newer teachers come, the older teachers lose the new teacher badge and those go to the newer teachers, right? So that's one reason obviously why you would lose the new teacher badge. But it may actually be a blessing in disguise for some teachers, because a lot of teachers who I've spoken to tell me about how they get burnout very quick on italki. And on a personal level, I have spoken about this in other videos where I've discussed the fact that I truly burnt out in the second month on italki when I didn't even have the new teacher badge anymore. So in a way, this goes to show that even without the new teacher badge, you could still be getting a lot of students, a lot of new students. I think the reason why I got so many more students after I lost a new teacher badge is probably because I had a lot of availability and I had a very low price. But on top of that, I kind of started at a weird time, right? Like I started on italki truly in December. So that's when I was like a new teacher officially, and I suppose the following month was January. So December, a lot of people were actually going on holidays for Christmas and New Year's, and then January, that's when I just got overwhelmed with students, especially near the end of January and to the beginning of February. But there are a few pieces of advice that I have for new teachers who are about to lose their new teacher badges and who are worried about it. So tip number one, get the word out there. Start sharing your profile around. Don't wait until your profile goes down and that you get less traffic on italki. Beat it to the punch. Start sharing your profile, and where better than to share it right here in the comment section below. Go ahead, put a link to your italki profile, explain which languages you teach and what kind of teacher you are, why people should book lessons with you, and which students you're looking for. And that could just be the start of you sharing your profile in a safe place. And I know that some people are a little bit camera shy and they're worried about like family and friends seeing things on social media, and I totally get that. Put it here on the YouTube channel where it's a safe space, and I could almost guarantee that your friends and family won't be watching this video. Almost guarantee. Aside from that, set up a little Instagram page or a TikTok page, something like that. Try something new. Try to publicize yourself as early as possible. Form connections. Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back, and we could start getting things rolling. Number two, ask yourself this question. Have you created realistic, comprehensible, cohesive plan with every single one of your students? And if the answer is no, then go do that right now. Because if you're thinking about the long term on italki and you want to keep some students, the bare minimum is that you have some sort of plan and that they know about that plan as well. So if I were you, I would put it down in writing, put it in text so that your students could see it and that they're aware of your plans for them. Also, it's never too early to think about offering deals. At a time like this, it could be damage control and it could give you a softer landing insofar as to say, instead of just losing all of your students at once and having no bookings, you could at least offer a few deals for now, and then as long as you could stay afloat on the platform, then you could start raising your price again in the future. But if you're really worried and you've already seen kind of people drop off, then I would start thinking about giving some discounts. Number 3, do all the technical things. Give yourself a break. And actually, I'm going to tell you to do the opposite than give yourself a break. But do yourself a favor, I should say, and expand the availability on your profile. I mean, do the obvious things. Change your settings from booking 12 hours in advance to booking 6 hours in advance, or booking 2 hours in advance. Make your lessons available not just to your current students, but available to all students. Another thing you could do is look at your calendar in the future, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks from now, or even more, up to 6 months from now. And even if you don't think you will be available at a certain time, just give availability for that day anyway. Mark it as available for that day anyway. At least those are a few more hours that are available, and it may help you to attract more students. And then if you have to move things around, you know, as long as it's a few weeks before the actual class, your students shouldn't have a problem with that. Number 4, update that profile. Make it look pretty. I have a video where I talk about improving your profile, but this is the perfect time to do it, because we all know that as you update your video on italki, you update your profile picture on italki, hell, you just update your profile. This could be shown to more students, it could generate more traffic, and it definitely will not hurt unless if you delete everything that was there before. So browse through some other profiles, not just mine, but there are other teachers who have awesome profiles on the platforms, who have much better profiles than I do, especially when it comes to videos. And you know, check out what they do and try to implement some of this as well. Finally, just to hop back to the discount point, recognize that January only comes once a year. And as I've explained before, it's not a bad idea to offer some sort of, you know, deal, like New Year's deal, January deal. It's only January, as I take this as 6th, but this will come out on the 8th. So you still got time. Make that deal in one of your lesson descriptions and you'll be good to go. This is the 5th and final tip, and this really depends on your personal circumstances. I know that professional development could cost money for some people, but you know, for me, getting a certificate in IELTS preparation has really helped me. That actually wasn't even what I needed to teach IELTS preparation, but it made me more confident and it improved my ability with IELTS preparation on the platform. Greater capabilities, higher quality of lessons, more students, more classes, etc. More classes, more money. So basically, I'd say to, you know, start looking at different online certificates or even in-person certificates if you could afford it. You know, it's about being ahead of the game. You may kind of dip a little bit in your profile for like a month or two. That happens. It happens to me sometimes, but you could really keep yourself afloat with a few of these easy steps. So I hope that helped you out today. As always, if you have a question or a comment, throw it down in the box below. I'd love to hear if you have any tips on how to you know, succeed on italki even after dropping that new teacher badge. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support. If you appreciate me and you'd like some low-cost resources, consider signing up to my Patreon for as little as $1 USD a month. I appreciate all the support from the community. And until next time, keep smiling.